Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Smart Money channel with Thiago Malena. We're here one more time bringing you some news about Bitcoin, Ethereum, the crypto world, and also stocks like Apple, Tesla, COINBASE. We're also going to talk a little bit about Mara or HUT, which are two other alternatives to play the crypto world in the stock market, and tell you about what's happening this week in the markets and what to expect for the rest of the week. Actually, not much to expect, to be honest. We already had a volatile Monday and a little bit of volatility today, Tuesday. We saw a little bit of sell-off. I wouldn't even quite say it a sell-off. We did pull back in the markets for a couple of days. It's a short week. The markets won't be open on Thursday due to Thanksgiving. So considering the moment right now, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hope you're all having a good week. And markets are only open for half a day on Friday. I don't think it's going to happen much on Friday. Not many people are going to be working, in my opinion. Let's see. You never know. But I expect a very, very quiet Friday. I will be watching regardless. I'll be still working a little bit here and there anyways. So might as well keep an eye on the market in case something happens. I might want to participate on that. So anyways, let's start again. Thanks for coming back to our channel. And if you got any questions or any comments, please feel free to use the comments below. If you're watching live, if not, if you're watching this just as a recording afterwards, don't forget to subscribe hit the signal, the bell, because then you're gonna be let know by YouTube that we are live or we have posted new contents. So anyways, let's start. I'm going to start by sharing my screen here. We're going to talk a little bit about the dollar. As you might know, or if not, I'm bringing you here this news. Joe Biden, President of the United States, have just renamed Jerome Powell as the Fed president for another term. That means another dovish, probably few years ahead of us, meaning inflation is going to probably continue to rise, prices of things are going to continue to rise, and we're probably going to have dovish policies towards monetary policies. Therefore, you will benefit somewhat assets, so you can expect that the stock market will continue to go up. I don't think the Fed or Jerome Powell per se is going to be raising that many interest rates next year, which could send the market stumble. But there you go. Just the news that we can see that kind of playing out a little bit in the market. I think if Biden had picked somebody else who was a little more hawkish, he would have a bigger effect in the market. You would have seen a bigger sell-off. But I think the markets and investors expect the markets and Jerome Powell to be dovish in the next few years, and therefore markets are not really that scared, are not really selling off, even though I think the money being taken off the table in the last couple of days, Tuesday today, Monday yesterday, I think it was mostly due to the weekend we're having, a long weekend ahead of us. I think investors want to get their money out of the table just in case something happens and they don't have money on the table or a whole lot. They probably have taken some out and waiting for Monday to continue their participation in the markets. That's what I've been doing. Of course, looking for opportunities, but not a whole lot happening today and probably not tomorrow. I got out of most of my positions yesterday. On stop losses, most of my positions were positive. I had caught a nice trend in most of them. So I just got stopped out. I shortened my stop. Yesterday we had a big volatile Monday. Market started really up and then turned down to be negative in the end. I was able to exit that with mostly profits, and therefore I'm out of most of my positions for the rest of this week. But I will be looking to re-enter next week. Two new positions that I'm going to be talking about right now, which I think are going to be good setups to perhaps enter them next week. So I'm gonna start with crypto, or actually let me share my screen here really quick. I actually have my other app on, which is my, one second here, YouTube notifications. Let me see if it's working. Yeah, it's live. Really quick. There you go. It's live. Thankfully, we have not had any more problems with that. Let me just share the video here. Share. People in the group have been asking me to share this, so I will share the link. And here it is. I'm gonna start actually with the dollar real quick when I share my monitor here. There you go. So like I said, that's the impact on the dollar that it has with the announcement of the Jerome Powell being renominated this week by Joe Biden. So what we're seeing, it's people jumping onto the dollar, people getting more dollars. Doesn't make sense to me, because that will only devalue the dollar. But I guess I have the feeling that most of the investors seeing the economics of the world out there much worse than the US, and I think the dollar continues to be the king of the junk. Therefore, people are piling in on dollars, expecting more of that same kind of policy throughout the world, and knowing that affects all currencies, it will likely affect the least the dollar. But in my opinion, dollar also a negative in the long term. That's why we have Bitcoin, and we are teaching on our channel here about the freedom it gives and the protection it gives you against inflation, and it's definitely a hedge against the dollar, or perhaps a more bigger crash we might see in the coming future. So here the dollar index, as you can see, has breaking out some resistance around $94.57, and it has gone jump up to $96.6. It doesn't seem like a big increment, only a couple of dollars, but in the world of Forex, that means actually a lot. And as you can hear, my daughter's running around like crazy, and me trying to work at the same time. So I hope that doesn't bother everyone. But anyways, if it does, c'est la vie, bro. Anyways, now we're jumping onto the Bitcoin real quick, looking at the Bitcoin futures. It has been holding the 50 moving average, the daily 50 moving average. What's up, love? I'm working. Yeah, okay. Why don't you guys go play in your own, and I'll come back soon. Okay? All right, go for it. Yeah. Well, anyways, here we are back. So as you can see here on the Bitcoin, we have this huge support at $55,000. And as you can see, it's coinciding with the 50 moving average, which is helping to form a bottom. That's for all of you. You can all have it. Okay. To the moon, Marcos Prado. Welcome, my brother. Here you go. Marcos Prado, who's also investor and trader in the stocks and crypto world. It's always here bringing some amazing news, especially about the crypto world, to us, and I will be passing all the messages and all the news that he brings to me, to you guys here in the channel. So an absolutely addition to the channel and to the community. So thank you very much, Marcos Prado, for being here. So here we go. Bitcoin has found, again, like I said, it has hit the 55,000, which is a strong support line of Bitcoin. But even stronger and deeper pullback would have been if it hits the $48,000 to $50,000, which I have been mentioning recently, that it is possible that Bitcoin will come to test this $48,000 to $50,000, which will coincide with the 100 and the 200 moving average studies, which are the studies that study and analyze a longer term trend in assets. So right now it's sitting at the 50, it's below the 9 and the 20 moving average, which are more short term trends. It studies and analyzes, right, and indicates a shorter term trends in any asset. In this case, Bitcoin. It tracks the daily average candles on the close of the 9 days, the 20 days, the 50 days, the 100 and the 200 days, obviously the same. So here is definitely sitting on that kind of midterm trend, which would be the 50, right? And it's definitely holding strong. It has a strong buy on the $55,000. So we might be finding a bottom there on Bitcoin and see Bitcoin regain price from here if it can break above the 9 and the 20 moving average, in my opinion. I won't say it has reversed a trend unless it has at least have had a closing day above the 20 moving average and also have the next day a continue pattern, meaning another green candle closing at least at the same level or above the closing of the day it has closed on the 20 moving average. So the 9 days a very short momentum moving average, and I like to rely more on the 20, on the 50 for swing trades. So for me to say that Bitcoin has reverse trend, I would have to see it close and give a continuation after closing on the 20 moving average. So I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon, not at least in the next few days. I think we still have some work to be done, and even if Bitcoin retraces from where it's at right now at $57,000, I believe it's going to come and touch the 20 moving average over here. If it crosses the 9, it will come and touch the 61, maybe $62,000, and you will find some resistance there. I believe. I don't think we're going to absolutely explode through the 9 and the 20 moving average and continue to go higher. I think we're going to find a little resistance here. You can see that it has a little resistance here before. And I would say to be bullish, really bullish on Bitcoin, I would have to see closing at least above $62,000 or $65,000, perhaps if you're more conservative. Okay, so again, it can track down, to the 48 to 50 to test the very long-term trends, and we might see that. If he closes below the 200 moving average and continues to do so for a long period of time, I would consider that a little bearish at the least for Bitcoin in the short term. But I don't expect us to be already entering a bear market from now. I think we still have a little more juice to go. I think we can still hit higher highs in Bitcoin. It's still in this cycle that we are right now. So this is the chart for Bitcoin and the futures market. I'll bring later on again Bitcoin and Ethereum on the TradingView, which is a platform a little bit better for crypto assets. But I just wanted to give you a good analysis on the futures chart, which do have big influence on the price of Bitcoin, because that's where most of the big institutions, hedge funds are speculating on Bitcoin, because they can leverage their money and their position there, and therefore I think it definitely does impact the pricing and volatility of Bitcoin. So here you go. That was Bitcoin. Let's check really quick. And this is what I do every day. This is how I go down on my list. I'm not gonna check, of course, all what I do every day, otherwise we'll be here for a while, but I will check the main, which is the dollar, the Bitcoin, the S&P 500, which is the biggest index of them all here in the United States, or at least the most important in my opinion, because it tracks 500 of the biggest multi-international companies in the US, therefore probably in the world as well, because most of the big companies are here in the United States, even though there are huge companies out there as well. The S&P 500, it's the closest index, or the index most closest followed by most investors around the world. Therefore, I would be silly not to follow it. And has stocks like Apple, Tesla, Amazon, and Nvidia, and Disney, name it. They are probably on the S&P 500. So S&P 500, like I said, slightly negative for Monday and Tuesday, and the candle is starting to see already a little green. Today is because the stock market, or I should say the futures market, of course the stock market is also closed already in the United States. It's already 5:45 p.m. here in California, so markets have been closed since 1 p.m. So for many hours now, but the futures market have already started for Wednesday around the world. Therefore, we are already starting to see a Wednesday candle right now, even though it's not Wednesday for us here in the West Coast just yet. The new candle or the new day in the markets, and that goes for crypto as well, start when the first markets open in Asia, right? So the first country to have stock market and have the first hours on the day are usually the ones that are giving the kick to these new candles on daily charts. So, okay, hold on. My computer gets slow and I use Thinkorswim, which is absolutely amazing platform to use for trading stocks and trading futures. A little more advanced, I would absolutely recommend for mostly intermediate to advanced traders. That's what I use. That's what most of the professional traders use. But these days we have so many easy platforms that you can use to trade stocks and crypto, like Robinhood. We have Webull. There's COINBASE. Name it. There's a ton of them. There's a bunch of them down here on my description in my video. If you want a link to some of them, you might get some rewards as well, and so may I, if you sign up using my code. But there's definitely, some of the most important that I use down here in the link if you want to download them. So here we are. Okay. Has it just literally stopped working overall? Looks like 17. Okay, we got more 13 minutes to go. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I got anything else. I'm gonna try to let's see if it's working. Okay, cool. All right, let's do this here. Let's try to zoom in a little bit more. Oh, there you go. Finally, come back. All right. Really? Oh, really? Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. Gosh, this computer, it's something else right now. Okay. All right. Okay, last time. Let's go. Ai, que lixo. Essa aí é o meu computador, que realmente está muito lento, e a internet também. Eu vou ter que aí, usar esse gráfico mesmo, mas aqui, como vocês viram, o final das duas candles dessa semana, né, subiu legal, formou uma new time high, um all time high na segunda-feira a S&P, mas veio devolver e testar a linha do 20 Moving Average. Está consolidando, na minha opinião. Não acredito que vai vir quebrar a linha do 20 Moving Average para baixo. Se ele quebrar a linha do do 20 moving average para baixo, acho que vai vir aqui embaixo testar os 4.500 dólares, talvez, né? Ou chega aí pelo menos a 4.500 dólares, não está longe, 200 dólares, seria aí uns 4%, não duvido que possa vir aí testar os 4.500, que é o 50 moving average, antes de voltar a começar a subir a S&P 500, né? Aí depois a S&P 500 a gente vai dar uma olhada diretamente em alguns estoques, como eu disse. Vamos dar uma olhada na Apple. Então, isso aqui. Okay, there you go. We have Apple. Like I said, I caught most of this uptrend in the Apple. On this breakout, I actually
I'll take yours.
got in on Apple. Right around here. There you go. Come on, pointer. There you go. I got in on Apple around here for a swing trade. It was not an investment. So I got in on confirmation of continued trend. I didn't try to anticipate the trade. I waited for confirmation. And as soon as this candle here crossed the high of the previous day, which was already somewhat of a confirmation of breaking out of the 9 and the 20 moving average, I was more conservative because I knew it could come right back down like it did here, right? I was like, no, I want confirmation that it's going to continue to trend, so I'm willing to pay a little bit higher price, but to confirm that I'm actually getting even higher from there, right? So it was a smart move. And where did I go? Actually, I did not get stopped out yet on Apple. I'm still holding Apple. To be honest, I was not triggered down on my, let me even confirm because I got stopped out on a couple of trades today. But let me see. Yeah, nope. I gotta show it to you guys. I'm still on Apple, and of course I'm playing options. You need a lot of education to do that, experience, and dominate your emotional. Absolutely dominate if you want to be successful in trading and investing in general, but especially in options, because it's so easy to get caught up on emotional. And if you don't follow your rules, if you don't have a system and just trading randomly, you're eventually going to crash like I did in the beginning. I didn't have the qualified education to do what I was doing, and therefore I broke. But you know, I believed I could do it better. I believed in the future they could bring me if I invested my money and learned how to make my money work for me and not me work for my money. And eventually I turned around and am therefore ever since profitable. You know, not skyrocketing profitable, but I am profitable enough that I'm building a pattern that if I continue to do what I'm doing, I will do well for myself in the long run. And that's what I'm here for, and that's what I would like you to have. I don't want anybody here trying to get rich quick. We do make quick trades, but our focus here, it's on the long term, right? So we will take opportunities when opportunities arise. We're not stupid, we're not silly, but the focus here, it's on the long run. So I got in here on Apple, and I'm already up 99% on the trade. So I practically already double my initial investment on Apple. Not lying to you guys. I will show you here real quick. Hold on. Audio. Here. Profit and loss since the beginning of the trade. 99%. Okay? So with 5 long calls, Absolutely a little more riskier. So I have to enter with smaller positions in case I get stop out. I don't want to lose money. I want to lose the minimum amount of money possible if my trade doesn't go my way and it goes the highway and I have to go the highway. I want to make sure I still driving a car on the highway and I don't have to walk home. So therefore, you again, like I said, you have to have a good risk reward on your side when you're taking a trade. You have to know your risks and you have to know how much money you can lose. And for all that, you need to create a system which will eventually help you to build and create strategies where you can take advantage of short-term trends, long-term trends, trade, and also invest. So here was Apple again, beautiful trend. It did not kick me out just yet, but I see Apple continue going higher. That's why my stop on Apple is a little looser than some other stops that I really, cranked down and got shorter this week. I believe that Apple, it's a longer trend than just this. I think it may pull back, yes, but just to give continuation to an uptrend. So let me show you real quick here. I got it on the weekly chart, and look how it broke out resistance on the weekly chart beautifully here. And just like I expected this week, for being a quieter week in a sense, even though it was a volatile Monday, Apple found new all-time highs, but it gave out all of its gains on that same day, and it's forming a doji candle, which is more of an indecision candle. Nobody wants to sell, nobody wants to buy, or at least most people don't want to buy or sell, and the price of the stock continues kind of in the same level. And I kind of already saw that coming for this week. I believe that if we can hold this, and even if we go just a little below the candle of the last week close, we might just see then a little bit more of a pullback next week before we head higher from that other week on. But if we have a doji like this by the end of the week, I predict that Apple will continue higher from next week already on. And I want to be in that trend. I don't want to lose it. I expect to be in this trade for a couple of weeks to a few weeks, meaning 2 or 3 weeks. If it lasts longer, I'm going to, of course, trail my stop because I think it will be a little overextended, of course. But I can see this going higher for at least another 2 to 3 weeks if we continue on this path on Apple. And if we do get that Christmas rally in the end of the year, like we do get most years, not all years, not every year, of course, but like most years. And look at this candle. It sold off right out the door when it made that all-time high, and then it just trended a little lower today, but it got bought right away. Well, you guys gonna have to go through this with me. So if you think you're annoyed about the kids screaming, imagine me. Just kidding. See my daughter's face, like, why are you annoyed about us screaming? But look, that was Apple. I will give you Tesla, which I was also in it this week, but I got kicked out. I made some good money. I mean, not a whole lot of money, but a reasonable amount of money on Tesla. Kind of gave up a little bit in the end of the day yesterday because I tried to get in again, then got stopped out because Tesla just really gave all its gains in a little more on the day. But I still finished up on the green, which is great. So I had caught. Let me try to see if I can do this. No. Boom. Wow. So like I'm showing here, just as the mouse, it's working, and oh, there you go, you got out. So I got in on Tesla right here. I will show you guys. It was right here. right on this green candle around 1075. There you go. There you go. Well, okay, real quick because I have to get off. So Tesla got in right here with some long calls, made money all the way up here. Still hold here because it didn't kick me out. Luckily, but he almost did. Kicked me out of the trade. And then I woke up this morning with Tesla giving me a little more profit because he opened up in the day, but then he kicked me out of the trade right around here, and it just went downhill from there. Thankfully, I got out. I had a stop loss. You always have to trade with a stop loss. You don't know what a stop loss is. You need to go back and get some more education. I'll be recording some more videos about that, about triggers and everything else. Is very new on my channel. I have two channels, this one and one in Portuguese, which I'm trying to dedicate all my time to both of you guys, but it will come soon enough. But anyways, I got out, and I think it's just a pullback in Tesla. That's another stock that I really believe for next week. It will trend higher if it finds the support between the 9 and the 20, and it can hold this support over here. Then I believe it really can start trending higher again, bringing some really good opportunities for you guys. 1 second here real quick. All right, hold on. Bam. Let you go for a second. It's just going crazy here at my house. As you can see, it's Thanksgiving week, so you guys have to hang with me in there. Kids are out of school, and I'm having to deal with having to multitask, being a dad, babysitter, and a trader, investor, and an educator, YouTuber. That's insane, but hey, bring it on. So this was Tesla. Let's see here real quick. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we're gonna have to leave it for next time to check Coin, Mara, and HUT. There are three good alternatives to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum, but mostly Bitcoin. They are a proxy of Bitcoin that I think are great opportunities to make some money on the stock market through blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. Okay, we're gonna have to leave it for here for now. Unfortunately, this time I had to cut the video shorter, went a little longer, or I couldn't actually fit everything I needed, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it in this 30-minute live, but I'll bring another one shortly, probably tomorrow, and try to look at all of these other charts we weren't able to see today. Okay, thank you very much one more time for your guys' attention, and absolutely you should actually thank yourself for taking the time to sit here and learn a little bit more about trading, investing, learning how to make your money work for you, invest in yourself in first place, and learning a little bit more of the world of stock market and cryptocurrency. Okay, thank you very much. Don't forget to give a like if you like the content, subscribe, and hit the bell right there, right beside the subscription, if you want to get notified by YouTube when we go live or we upload new content. All right, thank you very much one more time, and I'll see you guys again.